Hello everyone, and welcome to another PSA submission. That's right, I'm submitting a ton of Pokemon cards to PSA. They are finally open again after a long hiatus. That's right, they had to shut down because coronavirus, I guess, and I don't think they're even operating at full capacity again yet, but they are operating again. They're letting us put in submissions. I recently did Mahasvara's order. I'm now doing my order. I probably should have done it first. What I'm trying to do here, I'd like to send off a ton of cards. When they come back, I want to get a nice little eBay store going, right? It'll be like my merchandise, basically. I have my PSA cards, I have my PSA channel where we open up cards. It'll be a lot of fun. So I've been meaning to get this done. I've got so many cards to send off. I want to show you something. These are all the cards we're sending off, plus this right here. So it's actually quite a lot. Not only that, but we still have, I want to show you how many cards I've opened. We still have this. Wow. So I've just got a lot of cards to send off to PSA, just my own even, you know. And so this was very long overdue, and we're finally getting it done. Let's go ahead and jump into these. I think there was over 200 cards. I'm trying to remember. It was like 225 or something like that. But again, this is meant to jumpstart really a bit of an eBay store. I have some cards already out. They're going to return. When they come back, I'll get them listed. When this returns, I'll have a serious eBay store going. All right, I got to keep these in order. There's so many. How do I do this? I do not want to lose the order because PSA cares about the order that you pack the cards in. Let's break it into 3 piles, I think. Pile number 1, which is on the left. Pile number 2, which is in the middle. And pile number 3, which is closest to the camera. I'll put it on, I'll arrange it like this. This is technically pile number 4. Pile number 1 will be up here. Pile number 2 will be here. Pile number 3 will be here. And pile number 4 will be here. So we got 4 piles now, and the order does matter. You're not allowed to mess up the order of the cards when you submit them. It's all very tedious, so this is a little bit dangerous to be doing. Safest thing for me to do would be to just ship them straight off and not mess with them. All right, we're going to go through pile 1 first. Okay, and this is going to include a lot of the Rebel Clash pulls that you guys just saw us go through. Gosh, I don't have as much room on the table now. In fact, we got all these bags here. Look, there's that card Cheese pulled. Remember that? That was a great moment. A really fun live stream. So we have Toxicity VMAX. I didn't pull this one. My wife did. After this live stream ended and I recovered from a terrible headache, because I got this really bad headache after streaming that one. After I recovered, I told her Rebel Clash came in. I was like, you want to open some? She was like, yeah. So I gave her a few packs and she pulled this guy out. It was amazing. So that was really exciting for her. And so that's Toxicity VMAX Rainbow Rare. Nice. This was the card I was chasing after in the Rebel Clash set. I opened like 3 boxes for him. So we got the Frost Moth. We got Scoop Up Net Secret, right? Oleana Secret. She got the Sexy Necklace. Caparaja VMAX. I don't really anticipate him being worth too much, but maybe Dragapult. So Dragapult VMAX, he looks kind of nice. Here's Cinderace VMAX as well. Toxicity VMAX. So the VMAX cards is interesting. I don't know how to think of them because I feel like the VMAX, they look better than these cards over here. I don't really know what to think of them. They're like the more powerful version of the card. There's almost like there's an extra level of rarity now. So Toxicity, Cinderace. We got 2 Caparajas. Sometimes these card savers stick. There we go. Sonya, Cheese wanted this Sonya as well, but he's got the Rainbow Rare one, just like he has Rainbow Rare Marnie. But I have the non-Rainbow Rare. I think there's a case where the regular one is actually more valuable than the Rainbow Rare because people want to actually see the character. Dubwool. Alright, now you guys know I had these. Here's my 2 Ho-Ohs, my Shining Lugias that I studied very closely to try and get the best ones out of. Probably a bunch of 9s in there, but maybe 1 or 2 10s. And the 10s are real nice because they go for a good price. Shining Legends is so hard to get, like, I feel like it's going to be hard to get 10s out of here. This will be the first time I submit Shining Legends, but when we're pulling them, we can tell that they're very often printed very poorly. You know what I mean? Like, they'll be off center. Got some Genesect. They're off center. They'll have like white dots on the back that just ruin, you know, the edges, corners. It just ruins the grade. All right, and then I started going through some vintage hollows that they're really not in the best condition. Maybe they're like 5s, but they're just really nice looking cards from a long time ago. They have a lot of nostalgia factor to them, and they're so popular that they'll still go for like 50 bucks. Like maybe these Blastoises. I think this one will be a 1, and this one might be like a 2 or a 3, but he'll still sell, in my opinion. And here's a Venusaur. Sweet. So that's the end of that pile. I didn't change the order. Okay, I'm not allowed to change the order. Pile number 1. Come on now. So here's pile number 2. This one's a little bigger, a little thicker. So what do we got? We got Fossil Magneton. We're still going through the vintage. Oops. Here's a Jungle Snorlax. Here's Mr. Mime. That's Jungle. Gyarados base set. Electrode. He's actually first edition. Right. And then I got a ton of these dudes. You know what's crazy is I already sent off a lot of these, but I'm just going to send off more because he just looks way too good not to have a bazillion of. Sometimes I think of Pokemon cards like regular currency, like gold or silver, right? And you can have more than one gold or silver, you know what I mean? So I'm not afraid to grade a ton of these. Maybe I even welcome it because this can stay up in my store for a long time. And I'll obviously for all these cards, they'll be very competitively priced, I should say. Very competitively. We got Darkrai. Oops. That's going to be Hidden Fates Darkrai. I think this is a card Justin traded me. It's the Mega Sableye Tyranitar. Zoroark, Secret Rare. Raichu, Secret Rare. I have a few cards in here that were traded to me, you know. Celebi Venusaur from Team Up. Ampharos, Team Up. Here's some Mewtwo and Mew. You know, some people pull these cards. I always tell them, these are good cards. You know, I'm sending them off. See how they grade. We got a few of these Snorlax VMAXs. I've had some of these to send off, but every time I go to send one off, somebody else pulled one too, so I never get to send mine. So I finally get to send all my Snorlaxes off. I had 3 of them, dude. Here's the Ampharos Secret Rare from Team Up. He looks really psychedelic. Shining Jirachi, that's right. I didn't forget about my Shining Jirachi. You know, I haven't pulled any Shining Mews. Isn't that crazy? But I already have some sent off to PSA. We're just waiting for those to return. They've been out for months, man. Some Gardevoir Sylveon. Here's a Pikachu Zekrom that I think will do well. Oh, and here's a nice card. This is going to be Cynthia from Hidden Fates. So there's Hidden Fates Cynthia. I think I already have one sent off as well. Oh, no, she came back and I sold her. Gardevoir Sylveon. Here's Eevee. That's from the Tag Team Power Collection. You know, these are so ungraded that I had to, once again, create a new, like, submission entirely for these. It's a situation where it's not even in PSA's database, so you have to, like, build it up yourself. So it's really interesting when that happens. Charmeleon, Shining Arceus, Pokemaniac. He's pretty strange. But I think I just traded, I don't remember who I just traded for that card. Was it Temlet? Blastoise Piplup? Sylveon? And Cheezer recognized this card. He gave me the Tapu Lele. He didn't like Tapu Lele. Mewtwo GX. Here's Mawile. Slowpoke and Psyduck. Oh, man, I actually really like this card. This is very cute. Cherish Ball. I hope this does well. I like Cherish Ball. Ordinary Rod. So we got Snorlax VMAX Secret here. Lurantis. Metal Saucer. Charizard Brexen. Shining Rayquaza. Silvally. I think I pulled this just the other day. Scyther EX. This is a card I bought off eBay because I'm trying to work on my Rocket Returns collection. Alright, and we cut into the Japanese cards. So we're starting out with Misty's Gyarados. Some Houndoom from Neo 2. That's what it's called. It's called Neo 2. Here's some Scyther. Or Scyther, I should say. See, I used to pronounce him Scyther. Apparently that was wrong. Scyther. Alright, so that's pile number 2. We're ready for pile number 3. And I'm sitting on my foot. Let me get off my foot. Yeah, you guys are looking at a lot of money right there. Because it was not cheap to pull all those cards. We've already gone through probably close to 75 or something. How many cards do you think we've been through? Almost 100? It is not cheap to collect all those cards. It's quite expensive. Alright, we continue on with more Scyther. Alright, Scyther, right? Tyranitar. And this is nice, by the way, getting all my cards out because by getting my cards out like this in its own submission, I'll be able to work on the next person's. I think it's DL's going next. DL's going next. He's got a ton of cards. DL and JC, both of them have a ton of cards. Cheese does too. I try to mix them where I can, but only when they have cards that don't overlap. I love this one. Blaine's Moltres, one of my favorites. I got some Typhlosions. I don't know if these guys will get good grades. Maybe they'll get okay grades though. This is the Dark Typhlosion. Really nice. Some Feraligators. I actually pulled one of these Feraligators just recently in the Neo Genesis booster packs. Slowking, Beedrill, Dark Raichu again. We got Umbreon, lots of Umbreon, lots of Espeon, and these cards will probably be upcharged. We got, I knocked that over, Meganium, Houndour, Grimer, Misty's Tears, Light Arcanine, How? Field Blower. I got this one from Cheese. I hate leaf blowers. They drive me nuts. But you know what? It's a Pokemon card. Who cares? Metagross. These are coming from the ball collections, which we actually just broke open recently. So hard to obtain Hidden Face, though they're reprinting some, I hear, which is not good for people who own Hidden Face PSA cards. It means the value is going to fall on them. Red and Blue. Moltres, Zapdos, Articuno. Probably the people who suffer most, in fact, from the reprint, are the people who bought PSA Hidden Fate cards early. So if you bought yours early, before the second print run even came out, you really got shafted. Because they go on to reprint it twice, and that means that the card's going to inflate because there's too many of them in circulation, and the value's just going to fall on it. Here's Como O, Dana, some Lycanroc, some Bonnets. Finally getting these cards out. I've had these sitting around for so long, but every time I go to submit them, I usually have to submit somebody else's card. And so this whole submission is just my cards. It's a big submission. All right, last pile. Stack Attacker. I don't think this card is really a big hit to be grading, but I just want to have them. Stack Attacker, Articuno. Kind of like anyone who might be trying to... Do we not have Articunos? I thought we had Articunos. Maybe I missed it. Maybe I'm having a Joe Biden moment. Altaria, Silvally. More Lycanroc. Electrode. Yeah, you know, there's people who want to complete their collection, so it's not a big deal to me either way. Persian GX. Beautiful. Muck and Low and Muck. I had 2 reset stamps. What? Gross. Blastoise from Team Up. That's a nice reverse holo. That one actually looked like it could pull a 10. Here's some Hidden Fates Charizards. Apparently these are valuable, and I was just giving them away. Mewtwo. Rowlet and Alone Executor. Megalopunny. We got some Entei from Shining Legends. We got Bead. Raichu. Beastbringer. Persian. Stonjourner VMAX. Torkoal. So we're getting back into some Sword and Shield base set. There we go. I think those are some ones that, I just was never able to submit them. Pokemon Breeder. We got a lot of Pokemon Breeder. I don't think this card's that rare. But that's okay. We'll grade it anyways. Raichu and Alone Raichu. Big fan of this GX card. I think it's a nice one to have in your collection and to show off. Celebi Venusaur. Here's a nice card. The Eevee Snorlax from Team Up. That set has a Snorlax in it, and that Snorlax is never for sale on eBay, so it's fun having the GX. We got Ampharos. Oh, right. Later on, I found this Ninetales, and I'm like, you know what? I'm sending out the Ninetales. Another Lycanroc, so I must have done 2 separate submissions for that. That's what I thought I did. Turtonator. Mount Coronet. I don't think this one will get a 10, but it might. Espeon, Deoxys, Magneton, and Magnezone. That's the whole submission. I actually have, like I said, plenty more cards to submit. We'll get them next time, or we'll mix them into somebody else's submission. So on the next PSA submission, I will probably go DL. DLJC will be my focus, but they have a lot of overlapping cards, so I don't want to accidentally overlap their cards. I want to make sure that they stay separate. So we'll just see how that works out. It's a little scary too, because when these come back from PSA is going to be charging me thousands of dollars. PSA charges you not before, but after the card's been graded. So they're going to hit me up with like some real heavy fees, and I have to have some money in the bank when that happens. So I got to when I'm watching them getting closer to being graded and researched and all that, so researched, graded, and reviewed, I gotta be ready to have some money in my account for when that happens. So that one's gonna be really pricey. And the fact that I got Mosvar and then mine right afterwards, it's a lot of money, guys. All right, well, if you enjoyed the PSA submission, let me know. Leave a like on the video. I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.